Good evening and welcome. Welcome to another exciting edition of the program, Liberia First on Ht Talk. We've got a great show coming up for all of us here tonight. So wherever you join us from, we say welcome to you. Tonight's conversation will center around the theme, monologue here, hypocrisy, advocacy, the causes of many societal or social lapses in Liberia's body politic. Why do we have different standards for one group of people and double standards for another? Can we develop as a nation with such attitudes? The countdown to Liberia elections. Liberia elections countdown today is 103 days to go for the October 10th general and presidential elections. July 4th celebrated. The U.S. ambassador accredited near MONROVIA, Michael A. McCarthy, has lauded the WEAH administration at the July 4th celebration in MONROVIA, saying, and I quote, "I have seen the glimpse of the new Liberia. There are so many reasons for hope," end of quote, as President WEAH pledges unflinching ties with the USA. Also coming up, Fiscal Transparency Report. United States State Department praised Liberia for significant progress made in fiscal transparency, but the Liberian opposition frowned on the report timing. The Liberian opposition frowned on the report timing, saying, why such a great report with over 3 months to general and presidential elections? Also coming up, prosecute sanctioned officials. The ANC-backed group led by the ANC General Secretary or Secretary General, Councillor Aloysius Stowe, has filed a writ of mandamus at the Supreme Court to prosecute 3 former officials of government sanctioned by the USA government, but failed to name Senators Prince Wyatt Johnson and Councillor G. Fanny Sherman, who were first sanctioned from the Unity Party government of Liberia before the CDC-3. Joanna Zulu, Catherine Doe, Rachel Wiese, Etta Gay, Sophie Blamo. Welcome to all of you. Welcome if you join us here for the very first time. On this podcast, we insist that we will be civil with one another. There shall be no curse words, no insults of any kind. Brian Brown, Sam Ricks, welcome. Invite someone, like the page, follow the page, and be my guest. Also, coming up tonight, Amanda Bangalo, Louis Taylor, welcome. And thanks very much there, Amanda Bangalo, for 50 stars sent our way here tonight. We do appreciate it. Toti Rare, Sophie Blamo, first in the queue tonight. Archie Tapper, Patrick Dolo, welcome, welcome. And for all of you on the YouTube channel, Taylor Sumo, Emmanuel Bro, welcome to you there. It's great to see all of you here again. Tonight's broadcast is being dedicated to a number of folks celebrating their birthdays, anniversaries, and special milestones. Dr. Seville K. Jeffy, there in the Maryland, Virginia area. Prince Blood J from MONROVIA, Liberia, and Saber T. Kenneth. And for all of you celebrating your birthdays, anniversaries, and special milestones, we say congratulations to you. This broadcast is dedicated to you as well. The Concerned Liberian Network holds her first global convention in Anoka, Minnesota, July 28th through the 30th. And the registration, payment of convention fees have started. A lot of great things happening with the CLN convention. You don't want to miss it. Contact the convention committee led by Folonsha Bright Crawford or your Homo 7. We have 3 queens. We need 1 more queen to make up for 4 queens. Matilda Bailey, Yassa Sharif, Austin Sampson, Thomas Johnson, Joe T. Phillips, Laura Askey, welcome to you there. Elijah J. Kolowia, welcome as well. Mimi Jabadi, welcome to you. Joanna Zulu, welcome. Russell Pratt, Gatti Passaway, welcome to you. Says, I did not get the notification. I don't know. People need to check with their Facebook accounts. I don't know what is happening with Gatti. Job, welcome. Let's be soon. Let's. Let's be soon. Let's. Pray to my God. Rebecca Sion, Mike Atur, Stevie and Nelly Kia, welcome. Jab Lucy Jabate, there in Newark, New Jersey, is watching on the YouTube channel on a very big screen tonight. Welcome. Yeah. Ooh. 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 To my God. Josephine Langbe, Matilda Stevens, welcome. Binta Jallo, Benito Chia, welcome to you. Nina Quia. Quia Gallo says a no song. Hands of the Lord, my road, yeah. My need. Ambassador Osana Wako, the sound is not coming through properly. William K. Sumawolo, Laura Askey, welcome. Amy Black, welcome to you. I claim it, yes, I claim it. Yes, I claim it. Oh Lord, I claim it. This is a beautiful song. I'm sorry that you're not hearing it. I'm into it myself. I think we're going to have the tech to come in tomorrow again. Roland Cooper, welcome. The Royal Krinka David from Ghana's area, the nation's capital, welcome to you, Royal Krinka David. I claim it. Favor L. Morris. Cristiano King. Oh, yeah, we claim it. Paula Urita Reto. The song is fading in and out. Yeah, yeah, Mola. Oh, yeah. Free our land. Emmanuel Payne. Heed our land. Liberia. Happy birthday, Dr. Seville K. Jeffy. From your mom and dad, Stephen and Nelly Kia. Frederick, Maryland. Prince Blood J. Monrovia. Sebati Kenneth, happy birthday to you. Heed our land. We claim it. Folks, good evening to you. Welcome. We apologize greatly for the poor quality there in our sound here tonight. But again, we are back with you for a very great conversation here as we talk to you about the theme of our monologue here: hypocrisy, advocacy, the causes of many societal or social lapses in Liberia's body politic. Why do we have different standards for one group of people and double standards for another? Can we develop as a nation with such attitudes? Can we? Okay, today's broadcast is dedicated to several K. Jeffy, Prince Blow J, and Sebati Kenneth. And for all of you celebrating your birthdays, anniversaries, and special milestones, we say congratulations to you. This broadcast is dedicated to you as well. King Shaku from Nairobi, Kenya, welcome. Brown Yemfwe, welcome to you. Emmanuel Che Ba, welcome as well. Makule Makikaye, good to see all of you here. Paula Urito Reto, Viviana Yemade Yanse, and Laura Aski, Roland Cooper, welcome to all of you there. Adolphus Hill, Elijah J. Kolowie, Mark Atto, Leroy Johnson, Masa Johnson, Solomon Carr, welcome. Morris Mina, good to see all of you here. William Sumawulu, Philip E. Woods II, welcome. Brown Yemfwe, Favor L. Morris. We got a great show for all of us here tonight. You know, it's July 4th coming up, July 4th weekend. Actually, it's July 4th is next week, Tuesday. But the celebration started already from the nation's capital, Monrovia, Liberia, where the United States ambassador hosted a banquet, a dinner, July 4th celebration for the President, His Excellency, President George Weah, the diplomatic corps, officials of government, the people of Liberia, international partners, and everybody assembled at the pavilion on Ashmore Street in celebration of this great country, the United States of America, independence anniversary. It was at this occasion that Ambassador McCarthy lauded, praised the government of President George Weah. All right, stating, and I quote, "I have seen the glimpse of the new Liberia. There are so many reasons for hope. I have seen the glimpse of the new Liberia. There are so many reasons for hope." Okay? Ambassador McCarthy, speaking in Monrovia today, said, and I quote, "I have seen the new Liberia, the glimpse This is phenomenon. This is the reason for hope. Let's go back. This is phenomenon. This is the reason for hope. I have seen the glimpse of the new Liberia. Teiwa Harris, he saw that love of WEAH all over the country from his recent tour. Absolutely. Salia Sonin, the 4AA degree man, will never talk about this, but will convert his AA degrees to a master's. John Haas said, Mr. Gabriel, this man can't tell me hi without me looking at my watch. Queer Gallo, opposition will have had attacks. I'm telling you. Tell you what, Harris, welcome, my man. Quita Lawrence Solante, I still don't trust this ambassador. Henry Duba Hill, Mr. Gilman, please post this video. I will, certainly. Vogalisa Madigo General, welcome. John Hassett, during this guy confirmation at the U.S. Senate, he was given a direct mandate. His mandate is to come and demoralize the WEAH's administration. His role as ambassador has been misused. King Shaku, he clapping for himself. I thought he was blind to see. Nina Kuya, welcome to you, daughter. Afrata, Beatrice Kai, Ophelia Johnson, Victoria Townsend, Musu Wabi Kopo, John Saki Konem. Okay? I have seen the glimpse of hope in the new Liberia. Ambassador Michael McCarthy, praising President WEAH administration. Okay? I have seen the glimpse of the new Liberia. There are so many reasons for hope. Moflis to say, welcome. Ambrusa. Okay? So against this backdrop, the opposition got a triple dose of a bloody nose, political bloody nose today. Toyiwa Harris, Jerome gave him. I don't know how many doses of bloody nose the opposition got today, especially from the American government. Okay? Especially from the American government, because the report from the State Department came out today, fiscal transparency report. It came out today praising the government for significant progress. For significant progress. On top of the ambassador making these remarks at an official July 4th celebration hosted by the embassy, where foreign partners were called in, invited. And in his official remarks, he's praising the government, not in one area, but in several departments, including freedom of speech, freedom of the press. That in an election year, the opposition is able to say anything and go with impunity. In an election year, the opposition is able to say anything without hindrance, unfettered access. Avros to freedom of speech. He spoke, thank you, King Shaku. He spoke about LEC. In this time and age, LEC have done well. He was the same ambassador who spoke about power theft in Liberia, that LEC was losing $1 billion, or LEC have lost $1 billion to power theft. This very ambassador today is saying the LEC have done well. Have done well fighting power theft. Lady Dumba, Senekasa, exactly, Saliasoni. What will JJ Roberts say? Okay, so when we tell you here that this country is not where we want it, but this country has transformed, it's making progress under President WEAH. Even the ambassador said in just 6 years or less than 6 years, this rate that was way up there at 49% dropped to 18%. Not exchange rate, but has to do with children, you know, with the, I think with the Ministry of Gender. Social services that was lacking, or that were lacking, that were up there 49%, is down to 18%. Imagine that, Winston Logan, Quito, Lawrence Solante. Can you imagine that? In an election year, 3 months, 103 days to election, the American ambassador that have been so critical of the government is today eating his own words. Like President WEAH would say, he's eating his own words. He's presenting a picture that we've always told you about. He's presenting a picture that we always told you about. Okay? Yeah. He's presenting a picture that we always told you about. President WEAH did make remarks pledging Liberia's unflinching support, ties with the United States of America. Joseph Wolokoli, welcome to you. Evelyn L. Dennis, Cristiano King, welcome. Yeah. Let's listen to His Excellency President George WEAH as we make progress here. Making remarks at the July 4th celebration for the United States of America 247th anniversary in Monrovia, Liberia. Okay, that was President Weah making remarks at the July 4th celebration in Monrovia, hosted by the American ambassador. All right, yeah, hosted by the American ambassador, making remarks, pledging Liberia's unflinching ties with the USA. Okay, because of this historical bonds, Liberia and USA are like the ambassador stated, the two oldest republics. Liberia being for Africa, the oldest republic in Africa, 176 years and counting. America is celebrating 247 years of independence. That is of independence. And Liberia came to be as a result of the American Colonization Society, the ACS, that decided to repatriate free slaves from these shores to Liberia or to Africa. And Liberia was that land that welcomed them and they settled. Yeah. Today it will be what will Joseph Jingira say. Charlotte Bullet, welcome. Victoria Ujeta Quia, President Weah will hold his peace and the Almighty God will fight his battle. Mr. Gilman, I can't believe my ears from what I'm hearing from this American ambassador. Yes, he said it. He praised the government. Yeah. Claire Richards, welcome to you. Henry Doe, welcome. Okay. He did praise the government today in Monrovia before the opposition group, the opposition community, and everybody. He praised the government. Okay. But not only did he praise the government, the United States Department of State today published her report on fiscal transparency. 2023 Fiscal Transparency Report by the U.S. State Department as issued today, with Liberia in a column of significant progress. Significant progress made. Okay? Liberia in a column of significant progress. Let's read a report for you. Those criteria that the report highlights or highlighted, okay, that put Liberia into that significant progress column. Let's read it for you. All right? So that you understand, when we tell you that this government under President Weah is making significant progress in the lives of the Liberian people, you will understand. Okay? And you can find this report on our page, on Jida High Talk Facebook page. It's right there. It's not hidden. We published it this morning, the moment we got hold of it. So you can go there and read it. All right? Rodney Jar, welcome. 2023 Fiscal Transparency Report. Report to Congress on update to Fiscal Transparency Report. Section 7031B2 of the Department of State Foreign Operations and Related Programs Appropriations Act 2023. 2023 Fiscal Transparency Report. Agency, Department of State, Action, Notice. Fiscal transparency informs citizens how government and tax revenues are spent and is a critical element of effective public financial management. Transparency provides citizens a window into government budgets, and those citizens in turn hold governments accountable. It underpins market confidence and sustainability. Listen. The Congressional Mandated Fiscal Transparency Report, FTR, is a tool to identify deficiencies and support needed changes. The Office of Macroeconomic Affairs, OMA, of States Bureau of Economic and Business Affairs, EB, prepares the annual FTR in consultation with States Bureau of Energy Resources and the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID. As directed by Congress, EBOMA evaluates data on fiscal transparency collected by our posts in 141 countries, those eligible to receive U.S. foreign assistance, against minimum requirements, and publishes the results on the department's website annually. For countries to meet minimum requirements, government must make key budget documents publicly available within a reasonable period. They must be substantially complete and generally reliable. Governments must also follow a transparent process for awarding government contracts for natural resource extraction. In a report released in September 2022, 72 countries met minimum requirements and 69 did not. Of those 69, the Fiscal Transparency Report identified 27 countries that made significant progress towards meeting requirements. For questions, contact Bureau of Economic and Business Affairs, EB, Fiscal Transparency at EEB, Fiscal Transparency, Fiscal Transparent at state.gov. Summary. The Department of State hereby presents the Fiscal Transparency Report pursuant to Section 703, 1B of the Department of State Foreign Operations and Related Programs Appropriations Act. The report describes the minimum requirements of the fiscal transparency developed, updated, and strengthened by the department in consultation with other relevant federal agencies. It reviews governments that were originally identified in the 2014 Fiscal Transparency Report, as well as Equatorial Guinea. It assesses those that did not meet the minimum fiscal transparency requirements and indicates whether those governments made significant progress toward meeting the requirements during the review period of January 1 through December 31st, 2022. The report also provides a description of the Fiscal Transparency Innovation Funds fiscal year 2022, project plans, and outlines objectives for 2023. Fiscal transparency. The department's fiscal transparency review process assesses whether governments meet minimum requirements of fiscal transparency. For this report, the minimum requirements of fiscal transparency include having key budget documents that are publicly available, substantially complete, and generally reliable. These are the Toyiwa Harris, Jerome Gamer, A.B. Conner, Tamasa. These are the requirements to pass this criteria. All right. For the report, the minimum requirements for fiscal transparency include having key budget documents that are publicly available, substantially complete, and generally reliable. Okay? The review includes an assessment of the transparency of processes for awarding government contracts and licenses for natural resources extraction. Fiscal transparency is a critical element of effective public financial management. It helps build market confidence and underpins economic sustainability. Fiscal transparency fosters greater government accountability by providing a window into government budgets, helping citizens hold their leadership accountable, and facilitating better public debate. Facilitating better public debate. They're not costing nobody, yo. They're not costing nobody, yeah. Joanna Zulu. The report we are reading that we're talking about, they're not costing anybody. Imanda Pin. No man cost, no power cost here. Entrepreneur, Russell Pio. Nobody, Binta Jalo. Adavozeo. Nobody costing anybody here. They're talking about what the government needed to do to be able to pass this category, FTR. Annual reviews of the fiscal transparency of governments that receive U.S. assistance help ensure U.S. taxpayers' funds are used appropriately and provide opportunities to dialogue with governments on the importance of fiscal transparency. Consistent with Section 7031B2 of the fiscal year 2023 SFOAA, this report identifies the steps taken by each government to publicly disclose additional budget documentation, contracts, and licenses which are additional to information disclosed in previous years. It makes specific recommendations of short and long-term steps government should take to improve fiscal transparency. Finally, the report outlines the process the Department of State followed in completing the assessments and describes how U.S. foreign assistance resources were used to support fiscal transparency. Okay, let's continue to read here. Job. Section 7031 of the fiscal year 2023 requires the Secretary of State to update and strengthen minimum requirements of fiscal transparency of each government receiving assistance appropriated by the Act as identified in the 2014 Fiscal Transparency Report. Section 7031B2 further requires the department to make or update any determination of significant progress or no significant progress in meeting the minimum requirements of fiscal transparency for each government that did not meet the minimum requirements. All right, the Act calls for the State Department to make sure you mention those countries that made significant progress or no significant progress, and it's on the table. You will see it when you go to the report. Pursuant to Delegation of Authority 513, the Deputy Secretary of State for Management and Resources made these determinations for 2023. Fiscal transparency determinations may change from year to year due to updating and strengthening minimum requirements of fiscal transparency as required by law. Changes in government's performance on public financial management or new information coming to the department's attention. As a result, some governments may fall short of these requirements, despite, in some cases, maintaining or even improving their overall level of fiscal transparency. The report includes a description of how certain governments fell short of the minimum requirements. Okay? Wow, I'm enjoying it. Who enjoying this reading? Justin Colley, Elizabeth Mami Lavla, Charlotte Bullen. Who's enjoying this reading? Are you guys following? Joseph Richards, welcome. Sophia Blai Kappa. Blai Kappa said, I want to believe he realized that everything he has been saying or hearing from the opposition is false. Or after listening to those recordings from Jerome Verdier and his gangs plotting against the government, the truth will always prevail. No doubt, the truth will always prevail. Let's go back to the reading here, folks. Brian Brown. Derek Conformamite says, Amen. Henry Duba Hill. Brian Brown. I'm enjoying that, Mr. Gimmer. Very great news. Let's go back to the reading. Why a lack of fiscal transparency can be an enabling factor for corruption. Listen to this. Why the lack, what are the one step you miss? Why a lack of fiscal transparency can be an enabling factor for corruption. The report does not assess corruption. A finding that a government, in quotation mark, does not meet the minimum requirements of fiscal transparency does not necessarily mean there is significant corruption in the government. Similarly, a finding that a government meets the minimum requirement for fiscal transparency does not necessarily reflect a low level of corruption. Now, fiscal transparency review process and criteria. As required by law, the department conducted an annual review of the minimum requirements of fiscal transparency in consultation with other relevant federal agencies and updated and strengthened those requirements. The department assessed the fiscal transparency of the 140 governments identified in the 2014 Fiscal Transparency Report, plus Equatorial Guinea, determine whether each country met the minimum requirements and identify measures governments that failed to meet minimum requirements implemented to make significant progress toward meeting the requirements. In conducting the 2023 review, the department assessed the fiscal transparency of governments during the review period of January 1 to December 31st, 2022. The department considered information from U.S. embassies and consulates, other U.S. government agencies, international organizations, and civil society organizations. U.S. diplomatic missions consulted with foreign government officials, international organizations, and civil society organizations to obtain information for these assessments. So, was Michael McCarthy saying something and doing something else? Tell me why I said. Jerry said, Mars SP, Pelu. Was Michael McCarthy saying something to appease the opposition and doing something else? Because if you listen to the that I just read, that State Department took their report from their embassies around the world, civil society organizations, and I mean, international partners. Let me read it again for all of us. In conducting the 2023 review, the department assessed the fiscal transparency of governments during the period of January 1 to December 31st, 2022, the department considered information from U.S. embassies and consulates, other U.S. government agencies, international organizations, and civil society organizations. U.S. diplomatic missions consulted with foreign government officials, international organizations, and civil society organizations to obtain information for these assessments. All right? I mean, plain and simple. In its evaluation, the department recognizes that countries' specific circumstances differ and specific fiscal transparency practices vary among governments. Nevertheless, the government evaluates whether designated countries met basic minimum fiscal transparency requirements to enable the meaningful public participation in budgeting processes. Minimum requirements of fiscal transparency. Let's bring you the minimum requirements. House Report 117-401 defines minimum requirements of fiscal transparency to mean the public disclosure of 1, national budget documentation to include income and expenditures by ministry, and 2, government contracts and licenses for natural resource extraction to include bidding and concession allocation practices. The 2023 fiscal transparency review process evaluated whether the government publicly disclosed key budget documents, including expenditures broken down by ministry and revenues broken down by source and type. Walter Bowman, Cyril Dopo, Miles SP. Have we not seen Teresa Piacetti, Ali Bagayogo? Have we not seen every talk show host discussing the national budget? What you put in the budget yet? What you do yet? Have we not seen it? They arguing over the budget. The budget is made public, it's online. And King Shaku, Evelyn L. Dennis, Jared, Ahash Bewazi, and Pew Miller, Solomon Var, Joseph Molba from India, John W. Lincoln. Didn't we see every Liberian discussing the budget? Pimpin' rider, keke rider, taxi drivers, the old man selling coal in the market. They know what's in the budget. That's transparency. Let's continue to read. Benta Jalo. They will learn the hard way, Mas. The review process also evaluated whether the government had a supreme audit institution that meets international standards of independence and audits the government's annual financial statements, and whether such audits are made publicly available. Wow. The review further assessed whether the process for awarding licenses and contracts for natural resource extraction is outlined in law or regulation and followed in practice, and whether basic information on such awards is publicly available. The department applied the following criteria in assessing whether governments met the minimum requirements for fiscal transparency. These are the minimum requirements that was applied for 2023. And I believe you heard me say that since 2014, they have been strengthening these requirements. That is to say, if you got to make the budget public, the next time they say, let's see the income and expenditure. The next time they want something else. So these are the requirements for this 2023. Budget information should be: 1, publicly available. Budget documents, including the executive budget proposal, enacted budget, and end-of-year report, should be widely and easily accessible to the public. Complete documents may be available from government offices or libraries, widely available government publications, or via mass media channels. Budget documents should be disseminated within a reasonable period. A reasonable period generally corresponds to at least 1 month before the start of the fiscal year and before budget approval by the legislature for the executive budget proposal. 2, within 3 months of enactment for the enacted budget, and within 12 months of the end of the fiscal year for the end of year report. Information on government debt obligations should also be publicly available on a public-facing website and updated at least annually, including aggregate government-backed debt for major state-owned enterprises. The enacted budget and end-of-year report should be available online. If government had a sovereign wealth fund, it should disclose its source of funding and general approach to withdrawals. Wow. Beginning with this review period, if a government had a sovereign wealth fund, it should be established in a sound legal framework. Requirement number 2, substantially complete. Public available budget documents should provide a substantially full picture of the government's planned expenditures and revenue, including natural resource revenues. Budget should include expenditures broken down by ministry and revenues broken down by source and type. Budget documents should detail allocations to the earnings from state-owned enterprises. If not, such information should be available in other public documents. Major state-owned enterprises should have publicly available audited financial statements. A published budget that does not include significant cash or non-cash resources, including foreign aid, will not be considered substantially complete. Wow, full disclosure got to happen. Budget documents should incorporate all special accounts or funds. If there are off-budget accounts that have a legitimate purpose, they should be audited. The results made public and the accounts subject to oversight. Budget documents should also include expenditures to support executive offices or royal families where such expenditures represent a significant budgetary outlay. The review process recognizes military and intelligence budgets are often not publicly available for national security reasons. However, parliaments should oversee and approve military and intelligence budgets. Beginning with this review period, military and intelligence budgets should be subject to either parliamentary review and approval or civilian public oversight. Prior reports did not explicitly state that parliamentary review and approval constituted sufficient civilian oversight. You like it? Number 3, minimum requirements of fiscal transparency. Number 3, reliable. Budget documents and related data are considered reliable if the information contained therein is credible, meaning actual government revenues and expenditures correspond to the enacted budget. The government should review budget execution through the course of the year, such as by producing monthly or quarterly budget execution reports. Significant departures from planned receipts and expenditures should be explained in supplementary budget documents and publicly disclosed in a timely manner. Financial statements should be prepared according to internationally accepted principles that yield consistent and comparable statements. The Supreme Audit Institution should meet international standards of independence, audit the executed budget, and verify the annual financial statements. The results of such audits to include an executive summary with findings or recommendations by the Supreme Audit Institution should be published within a reasonable period, generally within 12 months of the dissemination of the end-of-year report. Beginning with this review period, the Supreme Audit Institution should be established in an appropriate and effective legal framework that spells out in detail its independence. Wow. How we looking? Ali Bagayogo. Sarah Dopo said we like it big time. Wilhelmina Oka, I like this report so much. Absolutely. Leda Doma. Rodney Ja. So lazy guy there around me, inshallah. Let's continue with the reading here. Okay? We got a little bit more to go. Natural resource extraction, contracting, and licensing procedures should be. These are the criteria set for natural resource extraction, contracting, and licensing. Transparent. Criteria and procedures for the contracting and licensing of natural resource extraction should be publicly available and codified in law or regulation. These laws and regulations should be followed in practice. The basic parameters of concessions and contracts should be made publicly available after the decision. Such information should include the geographic area covered by the contract or license, the resource being developed, the duration of the contract, and the company to which the contract or license is awarded. Transparency. Significant progress or no significant progress. A determination of significant progress indicates a government satisfactorily addressed a key deficiency in meeting the minimum requirements of fiscal transparency during the review period. A key deficiency is some material condition or fact that causes its government not to meet the minimum requirement of the fiscal transparency. You understand that? The significant progress or no significant progress. A determination of significant progress indicates a government satisfactorily addressed. Satisfactorily addressed. Fiscal Transparency Innovation Fund. Section 7031B3 of the year 2023 requires certain funds appropriated as economic support funds under Title 3 of the Act be made available for programs and activities that assist governments and civil society organizations in promoting fiscal transparency. The department and USAID implement this requirement via the Fiscal Transparency Innovation Fund, FTIF. The Department of State's Bureau of Economic and Business Affairs and USAID's Bureau of Development, Democracy and Innovation solicit proposals and award funds in accordance with established guidelines. With fiscal 2023 funds, the department and USAID plan to support projects to enhance 1. Government's capacity to develop and execute comprehensive, reliable, and transparent budgets. 2. Citizens' visibility into state expenditure and revenue programs. And all 3. Citizens' ability to advocate for specific issues related to government budgets and budget processes. Consistent with the relevant congressional notification, the Department of State USAID are taking steps to obligate a total of $7 million in fiscal year 2022 economic support funds under the FTIF to support projects in the following countries: Angola, Benin, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Dominican Republic, Ethiopia, Kyrgyz Republic, Lebanon, Libya, Madagascar, Senegal, Somalia, and Zambia. Funding will also support a global project to be implemented by a US-based non-governmental organization that may benefit additional countries. The projects are designated to advance efforts by government and civil society to enhance fiscal transparency and public financial management practices, and to improve public awareness and involvement in the expenditure of public resources. Conclusions of review process. The department concluded that of the 140 countries and the Palestinian Authority evaluated, the governments of 72 met minimum requirements of the fiscal transparency. 69 did not meet the minimum requirements of the fiscal transparency. Of these 69, however, 25 made significant progress toward meeting the minimum requirements of fiscal transparency. The department accepts the following governments as meeting the minimum requirements of fiscal transparency for 2023. Albania, Argentina, Armenia, the Bahamas, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Botswana, Brazil, Bulgaria, Burkina Faso, Cabo Verde, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Cote d'Ivoire, Croatia, Czech Republic, Estonia, Fiji, Georgia, Ghana, Greece, Guatemala, Guyana, Honduras, Hungary, India, Indonesia, Israel, Jamaica, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Kosovo, Kyrgyz Republic, Latvia, Lithuania, Malaysia, Malta, Marshall Islands, Mauritius, Mexico, Micronesia, Federated States of Micronesia, Moldova, Montenegro, Morocco, Namibia, Nepal, Nigeria, North Macedonia, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Philippines, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Samoa, Serbia, Seychelles, Singapore, Slovakia, Slovenia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Timor-Leste, Togo, Tonga, Trinidad and Tobago, Tunisia, Turkey, Uganda, and Uruguay met minimum requirements. The department assessed the following countries, as not meeting the minimum requirements of fiscal transparency of 2023, and table identifies whether each made significant progress towards meeting those requirements. Whether each made significant progress towards meeting those requirements. And that's the column Liberia falls in. Alongside Afghanistan, no significant progress. Algeria, no significant progress. Angola, no significant progress. Azerbaijan, no significant progress. Bahrain, no significant progress. Bangladesh, no significant progress. Belize, no significant progress. Benin, no significant progress. Burma, no significant progress. Burundi, significant progress. Cambodia, significant progress. Cameroon, significant progress. Central African Republic, significant progress. Chad, no significant progress. China, People's Republic of China, no significant progress. Comoros, significant progress. Congo, Democratic Republic of the Congo, significant progress. Republic of the Congo, significant progress. Djibouti, no significant progress. Dominican Republic, no significant progress. Ecuador, no significant progress. Egypt, significant progress. El Salvador, no significant progress. Equatorial Guinea, no significant progress. Eswatini, no significant progress. Ethiopia, significant progress. Gabon, significant progress. The Gambia, no significant progress. Guinea, significant progress. Guinea-Bissau, significant progress. Haiti, no significant progress. Iraq, significant progress. Laos, no significant progress. Lebanon, significant progress. Lesotho, no significant progress. Liberia, significant progress. Liberia, significant progress. Libya, no significant progress. Madagascar, no significant progress. Malawi, no significant progress. Maldives, significant progress. Mali, no significant progress. Mauritania, significant progress. Mongolia, no significant progress. Mozambique, no significant progress. Nicaragua, no significant progress. Niger, no significant progress. Oman, no significant progress. Pakistan, no significant progress. Palestinian Authority, significant progress. Papua New Guinea, no significant progress. Rwanda, no significant progress. Rwanda, Sarah Dopo, Bible Freeman, Alberta Balukish, Rwanda, our people always talking about no significant progress. Of Felini, I sent that young man, Alexander Benedict Cummings, to Rwanda. Of Felini, he failed. Sao Tome and Principe, no significant progress. Saudi Arabia, significant progress. Senegal, significant progress. Okay? Specific assessments. This section describes areas where governments and authorities did not meet the Department of State's minimum requirements of fiscal transparency during the period and includes specific recommendations of shock. Okay? And all those countries are listed there. Yeah. So, here we are. Fiscal transparency report for the year 2023. Our country, Liberia, making significant strides. Making significant strides to ensure that this country remains afloat, that we can attract investment, that the Liberian people are educated. Monique Walker. Monique Walker say your tone of voice is easy. Okay? Yeah, Russell Pratt. How you doing? Dorothy Desayu. Yeah. Okay? With all the negativities that have been said about President WEAH, dragging his government in the mud, paying people, DC lobbyists to impose sanctions, on this government, on officials of government, because he had no significant progress. Rwanda or Ferengi. Okay? Yeah. John Disha Star. Eri Mayata Song Beleman. You got to find this report on GHT page. We'll publish it again. All right? Yeah. Maybe let me copy the link here and share it under the live video, as well as on the YouTube channel, if you can find it there. Okay, let me share the link under the live video here. Josephine Campbell, welcome to you. Aratino Solo, I'm watching you, watching me. Okay, I just shared the link on the Facebook channel. It's posting. Let me see if I can do same on the YouTube here. Leo Estevez. Leo Estevez is asking, how does everyone feel about George Weah presidency on the YouTube channel? Emmanuel Bro say, I'm so happy that President Weah and our ruling CDC-led government re-election in October this year is fast loading. So, Leo, I think that answers your question. The people are saying President Weah re-election is loading October 10th, 103 more days to go. So that tells you that the people are happy with President Weah and his government. Alexander M. Griffith Sr. I'm late for class today, Mr. Gilmore. You're welcome, man. You can hit the replay button. All right, right after the show, you can hit the replay button. You will hear everything. All of them fill in. Sarah Dopo, Michael Yaya from Bergamo, Italy. Welcome, welcome. Okay, they've tried so much. They've tried so much to bring down this government. Pay lobbyists to lobby for sanctions against the government. Okay? Pay lobbyists. You heard the tips I was playing, Justina Taylor. Justina Taylor is talking about Dr. Alan White in the chat rooms of Liberians. Samson Kwe, Klako Kwe from District 11, Monserrato, welcome. No doubt. Say thank you for all you do to support our government. Indeed, President Weah re-election is cast in stone. Wow. Imagine with so much limited resources and the government is making significant progress. This is laudable. Sarah Dopo, no doubt. You feel great. Yeah. Okay. Imagine that. Eri Mayata Song Belema, Liberia Paseni, Rwanda Feleni. Liberia Paseni, Rwanda Feleni, Feleni. Said Deba Jubo. Eh?